So let's move on to remoteness of damage. The defendant is liable for the wrongful act only if it is proximate or immediate cause of injury. That is, it is the causa causans and not merely a cause without any other cause. Causa sine qua non on its own way. It's not it's not on its own way. It is under the proximity of the injury caused. Then we have the concept of Hadley versus Baxendale. A party can only claim damages which can fairly and reasonably be considered to arise from the acts of the other party. That is in usual course of things, which may have been in the contemplation of the parties. ठीक है? Easy. Then damage is considered too remote when, although arising out of cause of action, it does not immediately or necessarily flow from it. Two tests are given. First is the test of reasonable foresight. कितना reasonable है? If a reasonable man could have foreseen the consequences of the wrongful act, they are not too remote. अगर foreseeable है तो remote नहीं है. Simple as that. Scott versus Shepard का केस था. A tossed a firework into the crowd. It fell on B, who, to avoid the injury, tossed it to C. Then C tossed it to B. A was held liable for the injury caused to D, since it was only foreseeable to foreseeable by A. इसलिए A was held liable. Very easy to understand. Then टेस्ट ऑफ डायरेक्टनेस. अ मैन इज लायबल फॉर ऑल द डायरेक्ट कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज ऑफ हिज एक्ट. देखिए ए के जितने भी डायरेक्ट कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज थे वो डी पे थे, इसलिए वो डायरेक्टली लायबल था. फोर्सिएबल और अदरवाइज विच आर नॉट अफेक्टेड बाय एनी इंटरवीनिंग कॉजेज. स्मिथ वर्सेस लंदन रेलवे कंपनी का केस है. रेलवे कंपनी वॉज नेग्लिजेंट इन नॉट trimming dry grass adjacent to train tracks. Sparks from the train wheels set the grass on fire, which spread the plaintiff's farm and burnt his crop. Since this was a direct consequence of negligence, the railway company was held eventually liable. इन रे पॉलीमस का एक केस था. ठीक है. ए वॉज हायर्ड टू डू सम अनलोडिंग वर्क on a ship carrying petrol. While unloading, he dropped a plank of wood, causing sparks that ignited a flame which burned the ship down. He was held liable since the destruction was the direct consequence of his negligent act, and even if not a foreseeable one. ठीक है. डायरेक्ट कॉन्सिक्वेंस था. यहाँ पे डिफरेंस क्रिएट हो गया फोर्सिबिलिटी और डायरेक्टनेस में. रे पॉलीमस के केस में इंपॉर्टेंट टू स्टडी दिस. ठीक है. देन रीसेंट डेवलपमेंट्स क्या रहे हैं? फर्स्ट इज द वेगन माउंट केस. सम डीजल एस्केप्ड द शिप owned by the defendant and got collected on the waters at the wharf owned by the plaintiffs. A piece of cotton waste somehow caught the fire, which ignited the diesel, causing damage to the wharf and piece equipment. Direct consequence test in re polymus was rejected. Court held defendant is not liable as this was not a foreseeable consequence of his negligence. Polymus rule is not consistent with the current ideas of justice and morality. ठीक है. वो ये समाज के साथ लॉ बदलेगा ही बदलेगा. It was noted that test of directness looked at events post facto. After the event, even a full fool is wise. But if it is not the hindsight of a fool, it is the foresight of a reasonable man which alone can determine responsibility. Hughes versus Lord Advocate का एक और केस था. Test of foreseeability is satisfied if damage suffered is similar in kind, though different in magnitude. The precise sequence of events need not to be foreseeable as long as the damage could be foreseen. Intended consequences are not subject to the test of remoteness. Such consequences are never too remote. An intentional wrongdoer's liability will cover all consequences, whether foreseeable or not, result from their wrongful act. स्कॉट वर्सेस शेफर्ड के केस में भी ये बोला गया था. मैंने आपको पहले पढ़ा भी दिया है इस केस को. ठीक है. तो वो ये इंटेंशन के प्रोस्पेक्ट को किसी तरीके से हम अलग अलग पिजन होल्स में फिट कर रहे हैं. पिजन होल की थ्योरी कहाँ से आई है? कमेंट में लिखिए. लास्ट थिंग, वेयर द डैमेजेस आर एक्सक्लूडेड एज टू रिमोट. ठीक है. अब वहां पे रिमोटनेस की हमने बात करी थी स्टार्टिंग में. कब टू रिमोट है डैमेजेस? वेयर डैमेज वॉज नॉट अ नेसेसरी रिजल्ट, not being the direct cause of the damage, suffered by the plaintiff. शार्प वर्सेस पावेल का केस था. डीज सर्वेंट washed his car in winter in violation of police act. The soapy water flew down the road and froze. P's horse slipped on the ice and broke its leg. It was held that the servant's act was not the direct cause. What is contributing negligence? For example, a person was traveling in a train, misplaced his ticket, and was asked to deboard. He left his glasses on the train and sued for loss. It was held this was the result of his own negligence while deboarding. ये उसकी खुद की गलती थी ये. Then wrongful act of the third party अगर होता है, novus actus interveniens का एक मैक्सिम है. When there are circumstances when an intervening act of third party breaks the chain causation between wrongful act and damage is sustained eventually, right? Scott versus Shepard, intervening act could not be claimed when B or C tossed the firework the firework forward since injury to D was the natural and probable consequence of the act. ठीक है. ठीक है, चेन ऑफ कॉजेशन इसमें सिर्फ ए और बी के बीच होनी चाहिए, लेकिन इवेंचुअली डी को कॉज हुआ. ठीक है, वही है, रॉन्गफुल एक्ट ऑफ द थर्ड पार्टी का प्रोस्पेक्ट यहाँ पे आ जाता है. सो दीज आर द फ्यू थिंग्स अंडर द रिमोटनेस ऑफ डैमेज क्या होता है. आई होप यू लाइक द वीडियो. सी यू ऑन द नेक्स्ट वन. बाय.